The role of wingers changed dramatically throughout the 2010s, as many teams dropped their 4-4-2 formations and opted for a 4-3-3, meaning wingers went from wide midfielders to wide forwards. So they are now not only required to create chances and get assists, but also to be more of a threat on goal themselves. But as fullbacks have also evolved and become more attacking, wingers have had to adjust again to help more defensively. So in this ever-changing and unique role, here are some essential tips to help you ball out on the wing. In the first 5 to 10 minutes of the game, be unpredictable in attack. Rather than following a predictable pattern, varying your approach is essential. So sometimes come short for a pass, then go long for a ball in behind, or take on your defender and go on the inside, then do the same but go on the outside, etc. Because a 1v1 duel with the defender marking you can often be more of a mental battle than a physical or technical one. The very best wingers in the world often win their 1v1 battles before the game even kicks off, because they have that mental edge. So by being unpredictable in the first 5 to 10 minutes, your defender will find it difficult to predict your play, and may begin to second guess every move you make, at which point hesitation could creep into their game and you can take advantage. Simplicity usually wins. When you think of some of the most effective wingers in football right now, such as Salah or Saka, you don't associate them with rainbow flicks and roulettes when they're taking on their defender, because they instead focus on perfecting the basics, such as little cuts inside and out, quick changes of direction, give and goes with their teammates, etc. The kind of moves which most wingers can perform, but they ensure they do it with explosive pace, great strength, disguise, and overall great quality. Now this doesn't mean you shouldn't express yourself and be creative on the pitch. Wingers should be exciting and have flair, with the likes of Vinicius and Doku proving that you can play like that and still provide effective results. But even they use their simplistic moves way more often than their extravagant ones. So pick 2 or 3 effective moves and practice them until you can use them confidently in 1v1 situations. It's your job to take risks. So touching on the last point, although the simplistic moves are the most effective, it doesn't mean they also don't come with a certain level of risk that you must take. Because as a winger, you need to try break down defensive lines, pick out key passes which create chances, be your defender to have a shot, and produce moments of magic which make goals, none of which can be done without initially taking a risk. And no, you won't have 100% success rate. Even one of the best, Mbappè, needs 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 shots before one finally goes in. Now if you do feel like none of your risks in a game are paying off, then what you can do is the next 2 or 3 times you get the ball, play the safe option, just to release any anxious thoughts and get your confidence back. But don't worry, because people won't remember the risks that don't pay off, they'll remember the ones that turn into goals. Great stamina is non-negotiable. The role of the winger in modern football means they are generally quite high up the pitch to be a threat on goal. But with fullbacks becoming more and more attacking, it also means wingers need to track back as much as they get forward, so they're required to constantly get up and down the pitch. But that's not all, because many people underestimate the stamina which is also required to make constant explosive movements, changes in direction, skill moves, etc. Those moments can take just as much out of you as sprinting back to mark your opposition fullback. So overall, fantastic stamina is an absolute must when playing on the wing. Now that you've got those tips in mind, the next step is to test yourself. So aim to complete these following 4 targets in your next game. 1. In the first 10 minutes of the game, take on your defender and try to go on the outside, then on the inside the next time round, or vice versa. 2. Keep your game simple. Use only 2 or 3 main skills when taking on your opponent. 3. Make 5 or more risky actions in your shots, crosses, passes, and take-ons in the final third. 4. Don't give your opposition fullback any time or space in your half. Try to stay with them whenever the opposition are in possession. And remember, you play how you train. So take on winger-specific training on the Train Effective app.